Phone is off.
All right.
Pen, paper, mic. We're recording.
Yes.
Well,
How are you doing?
these damn buyers keep wanting to renegotiate. Not my buyers, but I'm representing the sellers, and these buyers, well, it's just a sign of the times.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how do you handle that conflict?
Well, you just work through it. You have to set expectations early if you can. I think the biggest thing is like the sellers feel like they're just going through the ringer right now because we haven't been in this kind of market for so long that people aren't used to realtors aren't used to dealing with it, and it's like the buyers can push as much as they want to push, right? Like they're going to walk away, but then there might be a backup offer there, and so if these buyers are pushing too much, and the seller's going to say go pound sand and take the other offer. So once some buyers start to miss out on some properties because they're pushing too hard, they won't really stop. So, but once that starts to happen, then it'll shift.
Mm-hmm. Do you find in this market when you first meet clients, are you focusing more on relationship building so that when you get into difficult situations like this, you've got that relationship, you've got the trust, you can work through it easier? Or is this something you think about?
Yeah, well, definitely building the relationship and building the trust, that starts right early, because that's very important. If they don't trust what you're saying, then yeah, it makes it way more difficult. So I find like just having conversation, learn about them, share some stuff about you that has nothing to do with real estate, that is helpful. And just let people relax, because they're nervous. They don't know, sometimes if they're not buying and selling houses all the time, it's stressful. And so to try and relieve some of that stress, yes, getting to know each other it's very helpful.
Mm-hmm. In a market like this, when you're asked by clients, what's the market going to be like in 3 months, 6 months? I mean, it would be great to have a crystal ball and know that, but how do you respond to that?
My honest opinion right now is, so we're middle of October, heading into the winter. We're anticipating 2 more interest rate reductions coming up by the end of the year. 1 for sure, is by the sounds of it, possibly 2. I feel like the buying opportunity that exists right now is actually not going to last for very long. Because this time of year, you've got sellers that want to get moved before the holidays. And so if a buyer is purchasing now, it's likely to complete before the holidays. So sellers are going to be a little bit more negotiable. The other thing is, because once it gets too close to Christmas and people choose to have the closing date after Christmas, then the sellers are going to say, well, if we're going to wait into the new year, why don't we just wait until middle of February? And typically when the market's a little bit stronger. So if interest rates come down, that's also going to bring more buyers into the market. We still don't have a very high inventory. I feel like the buying opportunity that exists right now is probably only going to exist for the next month. I think it's going to disappear, especially if interest rates come down. I think that sellers are going to hold on to their prices. They're going to go a little bit lower maybe. They're going to hold their prices until spring and see where it goes from there. And I feel like if interest rates come down, more buyers are going to enter the market. It's crazy. You can never pick the bottom or the top with any consistency. It's lucky if you do. And I feel like we're getting closer for our area, for our market here in Parksville, Qualicum, that we are getting closer to a bottom here as far as where people are going to push, because it just seems like sellers are just not going to go lower. Mm-hmm. And then conditions are going to change, especially if interest rates go down. If interest rates don't go down, then we'll see. But if we get 2 more interest rate reductions, I think that's going to bring more buyers to the table. And especially in the spring market, I think there's going to be pent-up demand that's going to cause more activity. I literally talked for 5 minutes about something I could have said in 2 seconds. You need to just cut me off. Like,
it's fine.
Good.
That's like Toastmasters 101. If you can say it in 5 words, don't say it with 50 words.
Okay, I'll cut you off.
Great. So when you first started out in real estate, I'm sure you learned a process, tricks of the trade, and you were trying to do all the things.
Yes.
Are there things that you streamlined and stopped doing to really hone in on you, Kirk Wolper, as a realtor?
Well, it's hard. That was 24 years ago. So when I started, I didn't know anything, didn't have experience. This business is really about you learn by doing. Every scenario is so different that the only thing that being in the business longer gives you is just a base of knowledge and a point of reference to you've handled situations and made it through those. So when the new ones come up today, which are different than the ones then, but it is, you can't just like paint them all and say, well, I've seen it all. No, every day is a new adventure. And so I think that I'm able to navigate through these situations with more confidence and maybe in a more calm manner to be able to talk people through it, because I have been through a lot of situations and helping people get through. So I think that helps without, my real estate coach always used to say, you need to be the calming force within the transaction. And that's always stuck with me. So I listen to the information, just take a break, digest it, don't overreact or don't react right away, come up with a plan and then move forward. That's what experience has taught me. But what's crazy is in general, in our world, is all the self-help. There's all these, I don't say gurus or trainers that are selling agents on these easy, quick fix, here's what you do, and that stuff just does not work. And it frustrates me so much because, especially if you go on YouTube right now, a lot of the advice that you would get on there is, it's about trying to sell something to agents. It's like how you can make money without how you can make money without doing work. And that just does not exist. But every day there's ads run, there's people doing videos talking about the next thing where agents can get clients, and I got 100 clients, I did 100 deals, and I drive a Lamborghini, like this kind of stuff. It's total BS. And so as a new agent today going in, I think it's got to be challenging, because the expectations of what you need to do versus what you actually need to do to be successful is just two completely different, like polar opposites. I don't know if that answered your question. I don't even remember what your question was. But that's what came to mind. I've had it with the self-helpers. It's like just stop putting out garbage. But they know that people will keep buying it. It's like, yeah, everything. It's like taking a pill instead of doing the work. There is no substitution for doing the work. None that I've found.
Right. But perhaps there's an enhancement that can help do the work, like your friend ChatGPT.
Well, yeah, that is very true. So ChatGPT is a tool to be able to do more in less time, but ChatGPT on its own cannot complete the task. So yes, there's more information and better information at our fingertips. I use it a lot. It helps a lot. It helps organize thoughts, especially when it comes to creating a clause or a document, or putting things in the proper order, using the language that is easier to communicate clearly. I can put my thoughts into ChatGPT, ask for it to be optimized for a certain platform, or I'm sending this information to another realtor. I need a convincing argument about this, or to say why we want something done, and it'll organize it. So something that could maybe take me 30 minutes to do, and the thought process and trying to organize it literally takes 30 seconds. So in that sense, I think that it's providing a better product, clearer message in shorter time. But the source of the information is still the professional or the agent. You need to give it instructions and it produces results. So yes, it is helpful.
So when people right now in general say, okay, because of the use of AI, your service and your support is not worth as much because you're using AI. I should not have to pay as much because AI is doing it.
Right. Well, your AI, like ChatGPT, is not going to manage expectations or help alleviate stress, help walk through it can't advise in the sense of each scenario, and you can ask it questions, but the human element there, I think that the real professionals in any industry are still going to have a place, and there's still going to be value for them, and they're going to be able to advise their clients. For agents or professionals that don't have any substance to what they're doing, yeah, they're going to go by the wayside. They're going to get eliminated. So I think what you're going to see moving forward, fewer agents doing way more transactions each. Because I think that the public, it's going to become very clear on who is able to produce a result, and the people that produce the results are going to get the business, and the others on the fringe they're just not going to be able to survive. It's my opinion.
Great. So changing gears a bit, you're an early riser.
Yes.
And this past week, you noticed a local business owner.
Yeah.
They were up hustling, and if you want to tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, I get up at 5. Even on the weekends, I get up early, get out. And so, yeah, I go by Craig Street Pizza. I walk right past there on the way to the beach. And I noticed that even on Saturday mornings, they are there early. They're there already working before I go past. So I thought I'd just make a note of it. I took a picture and posted it to social. And yeah, it got a ton of views and likes. So yeah, people notice. And I talked about that before, that when you're going the extra and doing that, the people do notice. Obviously, when you're not doing anything special or extra, there's nothing to notice. So yeah, the people who are operating at high level and doing extra and working hard get noticed.
Do you find with the Parksville, Qualicum Beach area that, regardless of the market, people are still looking to move here? And, why do you think that's the case?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the retirement capital of Canada for a reason, and mainly because of the climate. The lifestyle here is, for Canada, I think it's the best. So regardless of the economy, regardless of interest rates, people will continue to move here. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And what might be a few highlights? Like, what is it for you that you love Parksville, Qualicum Beach area?
Oh, well, climate it will be the biggest. The other thing is just like, I don't want to say it's stress-free living, but it's low stress living. Like, even the process of getting in your car and going out for groceries, everything's within 5 minutes. Like, you don't have to deal with traffic. It's simple. So the simplicity of it, people are friendly. Most people all live here for the same reason, and they're enjoying their life. It's not a high stress environment. A lot of people are retired. Again, they're not stressed out in a way that it makes this hustle and bustle and people trying to grind and produce, and they're more looking out how to enjoy their lives. There's a lot of people are very active. Even the aging population is very active. So, yeah.
Is there something that you think, you know of that's like a gem in the area that most people wouldn't know about? That's like, if you only knew, like, this is the hot spot, this is awesome.
No, nothing comes to mind.
Okay, great.
I don't know. What would it be? Do you think of anything? I can't think of anything.
I feel like sometimes, like, a lot of people don't know about the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, that's funny. Parksville Community Park. Even when I have clients that come from out of the area, I'm like, have you been down to the Parksville Community Park, down to the beach and the boardwalk? And they're like, no, we haven't gone there. I'm like, what? How can you have not gone there? It's because you drive by and you don't know. I mean, it's there, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Good point.
So,
if you haven't been there, check it out.
Awesome. Let's go with something a bit fun. So, what song would be the soundtrack to your real estate career?
What? What kind of question is that? You need to allow me to prep for this. Okay.
Never mind.
Let me think about this.
We can come back to it.
Crying by Aerosmith. How about that? What else do we got? There's some songs with some explicits in it. I won't say that.
How about Shake It Off? Taylor Swift.
Shake It Off, Taylor Swift. No. No Taylor Swift songs.
How about,
Oh, watch it. You'll
Okay.
lose viewers.
Yeah.
Oh.
what about,
Oh yeah, Taylor Swift is the best. So all those Swifties out there, you go.
how about Taking Care of Business? Does that resonate with you?
That song's overplayed.
Oh, okay.
Taking Care of Business, BTO. TCB. Taking Care of Business. Come on. The band that sings it is BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive. A song, like, let me see. Yeah, no.
Okay, next.
I don't have a specific song that I would just listen to get me pumped up for real estate.
Okay.
Some people do. Not me. I'm more listening to the podcasts, getting the hard, like, messaging to just get out there and get shit done. Do hard
That's great.
things.
That sounds like a good song title,
Yeah.
new song title there. Okay. Given the choice of anyone in the world.
There is a song.
Oh.
Oh, I shut my phone off. That Chandler song, what's it called?
Chandler.
You know that song. It's like, I didn't something, I just did it.
Oh my gosh. Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it. It was hard.
Yeah, there. That's the one. Don't ask me how I did it, I just did it, it was hard.
Totally.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
That one just came out in the last year, and nobody's heard of it. Somehow it shows up in my feed, so.
Everyone's
Okay.
going to go check it out. All right. Given the choice of anyone in the world, who would you want as a dinner guest? Tonight, at dinner, anybody.
Oh, tonight I would choose Andy Frisella in a heartbeat.
And why?
Why? Because he is so accomplished, and he's just no nonsense, and he's fun, and he's got wicked cars, and he's got just, yeah, he just seems very down to earth.
What would you guys eat though? Just meat?
Steak.
Totally.
And what would you want to talk about?
I think that if I had to ask him a question, it would really be about that progression from, and he's talked about it in his podcast, but you think that something's going to be hard, but it's like 10 times harder than you think. And that is the reality. And then if you have that expectation to be able to work through that, to get to the result, to create a great result, because the best results are created through the biggest struggles and with the most challenges. So I would ask him how he managed to just keep going when, like, getting knocked down, and to continue to go. That's actually a big part of why I listen to his podcast. I listen to the old ones from MF CEO when he was growing his business, because he does talk about that kind of stuff. So that helps give me the fuel to continue to push and grow, and also to think bigger.
Okay.
Yeah. Plus, I'd love to go for a ride in one of his cars, like especially his Ford GT, the Lamborghini, even his Chevelle, any of those. I'd take it. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Awesome. What's something that most people don't know about you, and if they did know about you, they'd find it fascinating?
Well, they find it fascinating or be super disappointed. What I don't know. What is something that people don't know about me that if they did know, they'd find fascinating? Is it bad that I can't come up with something? I don't
Can I
know.
answer for you?
Yeah, give me some hints here.
I feel like people would be surprised that, because given how hard you work in real estate, like, people would be surprised if they found out that you at one time literally hated real estate.
Well, I hated
Hated it.
I got to the point that I
You
was
almost quit.
like, I was ready to quit multiple times out of this business. And the reason why is because I thought that it should be easier by then. And the problem with that was where I was getting that information was all of this self-help garbage, like the 4-hour work week. Like if you think that you should be able to produce a result in a 4-hour work week, like no, it doesn't, it's not going to happen, because there's someone else that's putting in an 80-hour work week and they're going to slaughter you. But if your mind is thinking that you can produce the results of an 80-hour week in a 4-hour work week, like it just doesn't make sense. So I had this mindset of that I shouldn't have to work that hard and it should come easier and clients should just come to me because, well, I'm so great. And then the reality of it is, no, you need to earn the business. I need to go out, continue to be in front of people. And if I'm going to up my game, I'm going to have to compete with those people. I need to figure out a way to deliver 80-hour-a-week service in the amount of time that I'm willing to work, but not by doing no work. And so as soon as I got over that, then I was putting in the time and effort and I was getting the results, and hey, guess what? I didn't hate it anymore. So yeah, that was a big thought. Yeah, I wish I would have figured that out earlier, but I feel like I figured it out too late. And I wish I would have figured that out in my 20s. I just feel I'd be so much further ahead, but I figured it out. So
Yeah, better than not figuring it out.
yeah, the level of satisfaction, I don't know what the word is, accomplishment, or maybe self, I don't know, like it's rewarding. I can't put, what's the word that I'm looking for? Accomplishment, like it's satisfying to know that you worked. Achievement, yeah. So being able to connect the dots between the effort and working through the challenges and the result that's very satisfying.
Good. Okay.
So you're at a satisfying point now.
Yeah, well, yes. However, then this complacency sets in. So I haven't achieved the goals that I want to achieve. But recently, I don't know where I read it or I heard it somewhere, to never actually, by the time you get to 75% of your goal, you should raise the goal so that you never actually hit your goal, because if you get too close to your goal, you let your foot off the gas. So this I have been doing. So you continuously raise the bar, and it actually means that you never let up, you never back off. You can go on a vacation and take some time off, but when it's back at work, you're back at it, trying to produce.
What makes you feel most alive in your job, in your work?
So I am motivated by results, which is like, say, transactions or money getting paid. Now, I don't do it for that. Helping people move forward is where it starts. So building the relationships is number one. Without the relationships, there's no transaction, there's no paycheck. So I know that if I can connect with people, the more people that I can connect with, the more transactions I'll do, which results in getting paid, which then benefits me, and I can go do what I want. So I would say, number one, the most satisfying part is definitely getting to know people, building those relationships, but there is a reason behind it, and that is to create a result. So I'm not going to say that if I wasn't getting paid, I would not do this work. But the potential to be paid a lot of money and to be able to help a lot of people is here. So that's why I do it.
If you were to describe the characteristics of a real estate agent in the top 1%, what are some words you'd use to describe them? What would that look like?
The first word that comes to mind is versatile. They have a lot of versatility. So to be able to work with many different kinds of people. They're not just pigeonholed into one specific, I only work with people that I like. You work with they're able to adjust to the client. So that's number one. People like them. They're also, I think they're highly motivated by success, and they're not afraid to start early and work late, but they're driven, definitely driven. You have to be. There's no way that someone would put themselves in a position to deal with some of the scenarios that end up coming up and the stress if they weren't driven. You would get pounded into the sand and crumble, which happens to a lot of people.
Do you have Walter wisdom today?
Yep. My Walper wisdom for this week is aggressive patience. So that is knowing that something's going to take a long time and having the patience to that, but just because it's taking a long time doesn't mean that you don't work aggressively towards it. So it's being patient, but working very hard and aggressive to achieve the result. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Aggressive
Yeah.
patience. It's kind of an oxymoron.
Love it.
Yeah. Also, self-help sucks.
Totally.
Like that industry, they need to get, like, people need to stop buying that crap. I don't know. It'll never go
read
away.
a lot of self-help stuff. So I don't know what the F you're talking about.
No, I
Go
read.
upstairs.
Well, I have read a lot of that crap, and that's what led to my demise. And then once I started following people that actually do shit,
Totally.
then I'm like, oh, well, this is a completely different messaging from these people who are out there doing it than the people who are just trying to sell a book or get followers.
Right.
Yeah, there's just so much fakeness out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that in that self-help world, that because most of the people that have achieved success, they're not writing books. They're working. They're doing their stuff, right?
Yeah.
So, but now with the internet, or not with the internet, partly the internet, but with YouTube and some of the social media, it's easier. There's a few people that have made their lives visible, and you can see what they're doing. It is hard though, because sometimes you don't actually know that what they're putting is actually what they're actually doing. Like there is this question always in the back of my mind: did they just say that to try to get people to follow them because they know that that's what we want to hear, or is that legitimate advice? And so there's like less than a handful of people that I follow that I feel like they deliver the truth to what they're actually doing, versus everybody else is just telling you a load of BS. Closing words. No.
Okay.
That's
Say
it.
bye-bye.
That's it for this week. I got nothing else to say. That's all.